Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome inside Rosa's Pizzeria here in beautiful Prescott Valley, Arizona. Another edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup on the air. James Poovey coming to you live here alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, a pleasure to be back with you again, my friend. Getting to talk some Wranglers football here inside Rosa's Pizzeria and getting to visit after an astounding win on Saturday night, a great win for our football team, and they really came out and played well, as we talked about during the broadcast, in all three phases.
JP, it was a little over 48 hours ago that Massachusetts came here and the Wranglers took care of business. Down 14-0. They ran off 37 straight points, and then Massachusetts rallied again. So that game ran the gamut of emotions. If you're a Wranglers fan, it was just up and down. But when it came down to it, when the rubber met the road, the Wranglers took care of business, did what they needed to do to get that seventh win and keep themselves in playoff contention.
You know, we had a chance to talk a little bit during the pregame show about playoff scenarios, but really none of that stuff mattered until we got the job done on Saturday night. They did that, and now we can a little bit talk about that here this evening, and we'll talk about the playoff scenarios awaiting those Wranglers, and we'll visit also with head coach Les Moss and a couple special guests joining us here as well tonight, Ed.
Absolutely. QB1 Nick Watson's going to join us, and defensive back extraordinaire Daniel Wright. All their families all in the house, so this is a family affair tonight, folks, here at Rosa's Pizzeria.
It is indeed a family affair. I've got my family in the house as well. They've gotten to join us here for the first time in 3 years of these Wranglers Roundup shows, so I'm glad they're here with us as well. We're going to step aside, take a short commercial timeout, and when we return, we will visit with head coach Les Moss after the break. Stay with us here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup from Rosa's Pizzeria in Prescott Valley.
That's funny. Desert School's changed their name.
Yeah, now it's Desert Financial.
Alice Cooper! Wait, what are you doing here?
I'm telling everyone, school's out.
For summer?
Forever.
Whoa! Whoa!
Dude, put your card in.
You got a voice, Molly. Use it. Do it for the phone.
Let's do it for the phone. They do so much for you. When they're out there all alone, there's something we can do. T-Mobile, look at these maps, they don't lie. And faster speeds nationwide. Let's do it for the phones.
Cool.
All right. We welcome you back here to Prescott Valley, Arizona, Rosa's Pizzeria. We're finishing up a couple obligatory selfies here as we welcome you back on the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. We're pleased now to be joined by head coach Les Moss. Coach, thanks again for coming out. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And great to visit with you after a fantastic game on Saturday night. Just give us your thoughts on that battle.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was.
Yeah, it was a great game. Two good teams playing, and, you know, we were able to pull it out. I thought we played complementary football, offense, defense, special teams. You know, our special teams did great. You know, obviously our defense played lights out, and you know, we were rolling there. Our running game got going. It was a good night.
Putting a spotlight on the special teams, going up against the number 3 offense in the Indoor Football League, coach, the defense holds them 100 yards under what they're usually used to, holds them 19 points under what they're usually used to. Only 20 minutes of possession to 40 minutes for the Wranglers. Thank goodness the running game was really well for Northern Arizona. But just talk about the defense, and they were on one on Saturday. They rose to the occasion and pretty much shut that offense down.
Well, you know, our defense has played well all year. You know, and we were able to get heat on our quarterback. We got that sack for a safety. You know, Daniel had a big interception. You know, our defense played well all year, and offensively we started to go a little bit. You know, last time we played the Rattlers, you know, we scored 63 points, and then boom, you know, we kind of bogged down. So, but the offensive line played great. When our running game is going like that, you know, it really helps us out. That's what happened in the San Diego game. You know, we had time of possession. I think we had the ball almost 20 minutes more than Mass did.
Mm-hmm.
So, and, you know, we kept Jimmy Robinson at bay. You know, he only carried the ball 4 or 5 times. So, it was good. Well,
And he's a dangerous player as well in that
he's a great
return
player.
game as
Yes.
well.
Oh,
And
yeah.
credit to the special teams unit for shutting him down. How about the performance of your quarterback, Nick Watson, on Saturday night? We're going to visit with that young man here in a little bit, but talk about his play, Coach.
Nick came in and did exactly. He was what we needed. He did exactly what we needed him to do. He controlled the game, managed the game great. We only had one turnover. It was excellent. Great game. He got the ball out, which that ball's coming out with Nick.
Yes.
That ball comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So no, he
came
did
out
great.
hot.
Yeah, he did. And that was, that was a really good team that we were playing against. So I thought the offensive line did a great job. Overall it was a good game.
Coach, was one of the keys to victory that time of possession, holding the ball for 40 minutes and keeping Jimmy Robinson and Anthony Russo and that entire offense from Massachusetts off the field?
Absolutely, no doubt about it. When we're running the ball like that and we're able to control the time of possession, if you look back, we're normally we win those games. So yeah, that was excellent.
So we've taken care of business on Saturday night. Now we can look ahead to the Arizona Rattlers next Saturday. I know you're the type of guy. I saw it personally myself on Sunday morning. You're right back in there, back to work and back there, film study. I know you're right back at it saying, hey, that game's already in the books now. I got to look ahead. We got another tough road this Saturday down at Footprint Center.
Yeah, absolutely. The Rattlers are the top team in the league, and we're looking forward to playing them. So we've been down there. They've been up here. We played them twice. They had their way with us down there, but that was our first time in that building. And, the same thing happened last year. And then, it went down the wire, double overtime game up here, and we're looking forward to this match.
It should be a fun one.
Yep.
Does winning a game of that nature on Saturday against Massachusetts, against a quality playoff team, does that give this team a good feeling of momentum going into Footprint Center on Saturday?
We needed to win that game. We needed to win a game. I mean, against a quality opponent, and that was the tonic that we needed for sure. For sure.
Head coach Les Moss joining us here after a rousing victory on Saturday night against the Massachusetts Pirates. They'll do battle again this Saturday down in Phoenix at the Footprint Center against those very tough Arizona Rattlers. But I tell you, these guys are up for the challenge, and we're looking forward to being down there. Make sure you join us on Saturday night. We'll be on the air at 5:30 p.m. with the pregame show and the kickoff set for 6:05 down in the Footprint Center.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either.
Thanks,
it's
Coach,
gonna
for
be
joining
fun.
us. We appreciate it. We know
Absolutely.
you're ready to go, and we'll have these guys ready to go as well. Stay with us here on the show. We'll visit with QB1 Nick Watson when we return here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. Stay with us.
There's a little piece of magic in the heart of the Verde Valley, where adventure is encouraged. Whether you're whining and dining, rocking and rolling, or pushing and pulling, it's your adventure. Play however you choose.
Who's to say you don't have the skills to reach the top? Who's to say you don't have power?
This is how we do it. Run it up. This is how we do it for the top.
Who's to say you can't own the stage? Who's to say you can't put a team together? Who's to say who's best? The best ever? Or who will be in the future? And with this game-changing team to inspire us, who's to say what's possible for you? Pepsi, play to inspire.
We welcome you back to Rosa's Pizzeria here in beautiful Prescott Valley, Arizona. Another edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup on the air. James Poovey coming to you live here alongside Mr. Ed Cole. And now we've got the quarterback for your Northern Arizona Wranglers on with us, Mr. Nick Watson. Nick, thank you so much for joining us. You had a great game on Saturday night. Talk about right after the football game. That was a big win for us. We knew we had to have it, and you guys got out there and got it done.
Yeah, right after the football game, and we all met together. Sorry about that.
Oh,
We all
good.
met together.
Good, sir.
And, we just stayed on the mission. Mission is 1-0 for the next 4 weeks, and we accomplished the mission this past week. Just plan on keep doing it.
No pressure for you coming into a game that the team had to have, with Massachusetts coming in town, a good quality playoff team, but no pressure on you to go out and help the team get a victory, right?
No. like I said before, I prepared every week like I was going to start and I was going to play. And I just kept the same preparation, kept the same mindset, and made sure I did my job.
We see you working here, Nick, last Saturday. You connected with a couple of wide receivers. Talk about that timing, because that takes time sometimes to develop that chemistry between the wide receivers, and then you get plugged in there, you come in, and you're effective right away.
Yeah, timing isn't, at this point in the season, timing isn't really a factor. Like I said, I prepare every week like I'm going to start, like I'm going to play, and I make sure I get my timing down during the week of practice, and we make sure we show it on the field.
Nick, how important was it to get that running game going? You were a big part of it. Of course, Jared led the team in rushing, had that 32-yard rushing score, almost 150 yards rushing. We talked to Coach about the winning that time of possession, having the ball for 40 minutes, keeping that Massachusetts offense off the field and keeping your offense on the field. How important was it to get that running game established and keep it going all night?
Yeah, well, we talk all year about winning the line of scrimmage, and we did that for sure Saturday, and we continue to do that, and we're going to be stopped.
How does your defense help the offensive side of the football when they come out there and they play really well like they did on Saturday night against a good Massachusetts team? Does that give you guys the confidence to say, hey, let's go out here and do our job offensively and get this win?
Absolutely. Defense had our back all year, and we just want to make sure we return the favor, So they've been doing a good job, continue to keep doing a good job, man. We're going to be good.
And the special teams played really well on Saturday night, too. It's a three-phase game here, this game of football, isn't it?
Absolutely. Shout out to that boy Connor.
Yeah, Connor got it done, didn't he?
Absolutely.
How about the performance?
3 drop kicks and the field goal and the deuce. Without all those points, who knows what could have happened, right?
I know. Game changer, man.
An absolute difference maker. Nick, what are you looking forward to this week as you guys prepare to head back down to the Footprint Center and battle the Arizona Rattlers?
Just staying focused on our mission. Want to know, like I said before, it takes every day this week of practice, and then we got to make sure to put it on the field.
Back to that defense, as crazy as they were on Saturday, when you sit there on the sideline and you watch them do what they do and get you back out on the field as quick as they do, because they are just relentless. They were after Anthony Russo and that entire offense all night. Do you just sit there and just kind of marvel at what they do? You're like, man, they're good. I can't wait to get back out there.
Well, yeah, we see it every day at practice, so I know what to expect every time those guys get on the field, and I'll make sure I have my helmet ready every time they get on the field. So, yeah.
Nick, you got your family in attendance here tonight. Anyone else that might be watching out there in the viewing audience you might want to shout out while you've got you on here?
Yeah, obviously shout out my beautiful woman over there, Mariah, my daughter, Mahogany. Shout out mom, dad, NAZ, the rest of the family, siblings. Love y'all.
And where are they watching tonight from?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right.
How important is family to you, Nick? I know they're in Cincinnati. You got your lovely ladies with you, but how important is family? Even though they may be across country, you got your ladies here. Just talk about family and how important it is, and they keep you motivated and they keep you going, don't they?
Yeah. I'm real big on family. They're part of why I do what I do, and they support me through everything. So I just want to continue to show my love through my play.
Quarterback Nick Watson here from your Northern Arizona Wranglers joining us on the program. Thank you, Nick, for joining us. We really appreciate you coming out here. And congratulations again on that win on Saturday night. Stay with us here on the program. When we return, we will talk with defensive back extraordinaire who also has his family in attendance here tonight at Rosa's Pizzeria, a family affair. Daniel Wright joins us here on the program. When we return, stay with us on the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup.
Buffalo Wild Wings win-win value lineup gives you and your friends more for less. With buy one, get one half off traditional wings every Tuesday. Buy one, get one free boneless wings every Thursday. And $3 tolls every day. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
You got a voice, Molly. Use it. Do it for the phone.
Let's do it for the phone. They do so much for you. When they're out there all alone, there's something we can do. T-Mobile, look at these maps, they don't lie. And faster speeds nationwide. Let's do it for the phones.
If you're struggling to pay your energy bill or know someone who is, we're here to help. Find APS bill assistance programs to reduce your monthly payment or help pay down the bill. Short-term relief like crisis bill assistance can help during a rough patch, while our energy support program can reduce your bill every month. Explore all your assistance options and see if you qualify at aps.com/here to help.
We welcome you back here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. James Poovey coming to you live here on the Wranglers YouTube channel with my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. We've got Daniel Wright joining us here on the program. Daniel, how are you tonight, my friend? Appreciate you coming on here with us. And you had yourself a game, to say the least, on Saturday night.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm glad to be here. Last week, we phoned in on trying to anticipate what the other team was doing, and we focused on that, and we came out and got the W, man. Yes, sir.
Daniel, was your focus? I asked Nick about this, the time of possession. Was it your focus to be as aggressive as you could be against Anthony Russo and Jimmy Robinson and Isaac Zito, all the weapons that Massachusetts had in order to shut that offense down?
Most definitely. I think that we knew it was coming into a team where, very physical. We knew they wanted to run the ball, and we made sure we honed in on stopping them. And the defensive line came in, and as you can see, they came and dominated. Defensive backs, we came and did our job. So, guys, we did.
How does that feel for you as a DB to be able to sit back there between that front three that can really control things up front on that line, and then you can just sit back there and kind of spy that quarterback and maybe ball hawk a little bit and get an INT like you did on Saturday night?
Yeah, it definitely take a lot of weight off your shoulders, knowing that you have a great D-line that can come out and get behind the field. Especially moving the players backwards. So that's our main focus. And the DBs, we come in, we communicate a lot, so we know how to play off each other. We know how to keep each other up on each play. So that's how we came to it.
Was there any specific drills or anything that you guys might have practiced trying to chase down guys like Russo and those other weapons they had on Massachusetts during the week of practice last week?
Well, with Coach Jason, he always coming up with different type of DB drills that we can, kind of match players and match guys on. So everything we do in practice, it translates to the field. And as you can see, it showed.
All right.
I watch Coach Simpson all the time. As animated and as energy filled as he is on the sidelines, is he like that, like in meetings and off the field?
Oh yeah, 24/7. Oh, he's always he's on us, man. And that's what we need as a coach, a young coach like him.
Right.
He's definitely going to give us the energy we need. So when we're out on the field, we boost off him, and sometimes we give him the energy. So it kind of plays a part in a counterpart.
Here it comes.
Oh yeah,
there it is.
Oh yeah,
talk about that right there, because as I've told Ed before, most of the time when a DB's making a pick, they're coming back toward the ball.
Yeah.
But that one, and that's the second time we've had one like that this season. That you guys over the shoulder INT, I'm going the other way.
Travion got the other one.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, my focus was just making sure I look into my man, and once his eyes go up and they get those big eyes, that's when I get my chance to look back. It's coming, so I know it's coming in hot. So as soon as I got the chance to turn around, I couldn't flip my arms all the way over, so I just kept that right arm over and just trying to snag with that one.
Dan, you talked about playing with your defensive brothers, Tariq and Keyshawn and Travion. What's it like playing with those guys back there in the secondary?
Man, when I tell you, it's the energy. The one thing about us, we play like a family, so it's like a one band, one sound, so one guy goes down or one guy's not happy with the play he made, we're on him. Hey, get back up. Next play is over. And that's how we kind of feed off each other. And we make each other better that way. And that, we feel like we had a good defense out there, and we're going to come into next week with the same mindset.
We've been together now for a while, and I say we talking about this crew this season for the Wranglers. You guys have played a number of games together. How much do you guys talk when you're off the field or when you don't have to be together for practice or whatever, and just kind of maybe pump each other up or maybe talk about something that has nothing to do with football? And hey, I need a shoulder to lean on today, or maybe I need a guy to talk to or help me through a situation.
Oh yeah, we're definitely in a group chat. We all feed in, and we all sometimes we crack on each other, we pick on each other. But that's the
part
love,
of it.
That's the energy
part
that
of
you want,
yes,
to be able to bring each other closer. And we always off the field, we always hanging as well. So we're never untied with each other. We're always knowing how to get in each other's skin and how to make each other better. So that's how you wanted to be on the backfield.
You see that right there, right?
Yes, sir. Roll Tide, gotta say it.
Daniel, the thing I love about this defense is you can plug anybody in there and they can perform. It's like there's no drop off in the talent level or the production level or the energy level. So you can plug a guy like Kerry Starks in, and he can do an inhuman play, like jump over a human being to help Jaquan get that safety on Russo.
Yes, sir.
Just talk about him, Kyan Smith, all these other guys that are not role players, but guys that you can plug in and they can produce just as well as the starters.
I think their main focus is when they're coming in, they're expecting to play. And it doesn't matter who's in front of you. Play to like you're playing the next thing. Like Nick said, every week he comes like he's going to start. And as you can see, he came in and dominated.
Mm-hmm.
It shows. And we have those type of guys on defense as well that come in and they can fill in the spot and they can make the impossible possible. And so it was great how Kerry came in and he did his thing. And we told him hats off to him. And he's a great guy and he's going to definitely keep going.
Mm-hmm. Comes in, blocks a field goal attempt too.
Yeah. make it look easy.
Got you that recovery.
Oh yeah, I wish I would have, secured the ball very early.
You could have took it back to the house.
Man, they was on me after the game. I can tell you that.
We've seen Coach Moss throughout the season. He's not afraid to put in the best person for the job at that time of the season or at that time of the week or whatever the case may be. How good is it for you guys to know that we've got enough depth to where if the starting lineup changes around or whatever, there's guys that can come in there and fill that role and we don't fall off at all?
I mean, we trust our coach's decision. I mean, that's one thing you have to do as a player. They make the decisions, we make the plays. So coming into the game, whoever's going to be in that position, we know we're going to be able to communicate with him. And whatever job he does, he has a dozen, and we're going to do our job. And, as you can see, we got that W.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
Daniel, how exciting is it to be in the midst of a playoff run right now?
Man, it's amazing. Coming into this season, we had some ups and downs, but, staying together as a team, we come to and we play together. And that's saying, we have a chance to get in there. So now we're just focusing on playing out this week. And practice is going to be the same mindset going in to, traumatize everybody else we play.
How excited are you to hopefully go down there and traumatize those Rattlers?
Oh, man, I'm so excited. One of the games I didn't get to play, so this is going to be a great game.
Oh, that was one. That's right. That's exactly right.
It's going to be a great game for you to come out there and see those guys, and definitely we're going to handle business. I can tell you that.
Your popcorn ready, I think.
Oh, yeah.
You better believe it. We'll have our popcorn up in the broadcast booth.
We will indeed. And make sure and join us. We'll be on the air there down at the Footprint Center, 5:30 p.m. this Saturday night before those Wranglers take on the Rattlers. And essentially, what is a playoff game, Ed?
Pretty much.
Yes, sir.
Daniel Wright joining us here on the program. Thank you so much for taking the time. It's always a pleasure to visit with you.
Yes, sir.
And we will step aside here, take a brief time out, and wrap up this edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. When we return here, stay with us on the Wranglers YouTube channel.
Obviously, we got termites.
Well, the first thing is, you got to know what they're biting on.
Whoa, yeah.
This aged birchwood is perfect for the big ones this time of year.
Oh.
They gobble it up like a candy bar.
Nice.
What's going on?
What?
I told you to hire a pro.
I did get a pro.
An Orkin pro.
I got this.
Got termites? Don't call any pro. Call the Orkin Pro. With over 120 years of experience, nobody's better. Orkin, the best in pests.
You're still paying me for this.
Nope, just relax.
And that's cut. We are clear.
Come on, Playmaker. Why you always got to be so awkward on camera? I would say you're making me look bad, but we both know that is entirely impossible.
It was possible back in the day on the football field, that's for sure.
You got to be losing your mind. Somebody roll back these tapes, man. Can somebody get this man some water? He ain't feeling well. Please, somebody.
We'll all feel better when you stop all that trash talk.
Dog, are you serious? Look like you needed some real trash talk. See, this ain't trash. This is recycling, which means it goes in the recycling bin. Schooling you again, Playmaker, as usual.
The only thing you ever schooled me on was how to get away with bad calls. That was embarrassing.
Not as embarrassing as you putting recyclables in the trash can.
When did we start talking about your touchdown dance? That was embarrassing.
You've gone too far. My God.
Look like old days. Boy, you know I love you.
Know the difference? Make a difference. Be a team player and recycle. Visit PepsiTrashTalk.com to learn more.
We welcome you back here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. James Poovey alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. We are pleased now to be joined by Wranglers owner, Mr. Fred DePalma. Fred, thank you so much for coming on with us. We've been looking forward to talking to you for quite some time, and we're glad you came out here tonight. Just talk to us about this Wranglers season and what you've been going through since you took over the team.
Well, first, I don't think we have enough time.
Well, we have all the time we need, my friend. There's no limitations on this YouTube
Oh, great,
show. So
really?
we can go all night if we want.
Fred, you own the team. You go as long as you want to.
That's exactly right.
Well, I don't want everyone to fall asleep. It's been a really exciting year. Like most people, most of our fans know that last year, I was bought into 40% of the team. And I wanted to learn this business is what it was.
Yes.
I talked to Trey, who started the team. We were a sponsor with my son's business. And I said, we've been football fans of indoor football, arena football for 15 years with my boys. And I was like, I want to know more about this. I think I want to do something. So I bought into the team, put my money where my mouth is. If you're invested in something, you kind of spend more time learning it.
Sure.
And I was going to open a franchise team. So that was the idea was, okay, I'd love to have one here in Prescott Valley, but there already was one. And my grandchild lives here, which is our first one. Our little baby girl, Everly, she's a year old. Most people that see me at the field, I'm usually carrying her around during games.
Yes.
But it became available instead of opening another team to go ahead and take over this one.
Okay.
And So we did it, but this became available a little bit late. And so my wife and I were working in Australia for 6 weeks, and we came home and more or less had a week until the first game.
I remember that.
Yeah, you guys remember, because all of a sudden,
yes,
I showed back up. I walked into the office, and the desk and the TV and the cadenza and everything was gone. And the Zoom call we had. Exactly.
You're like, off we go.
So my wife is wonderful. We're partners in everything that we do. We work together and we play together. And so
it has to be that way, doesn't it?
She's a real hard worker. Yes. And we just bought a house up here really fast, and we shot up here and said, we want to keep this team here in Prescott Valley. We want to keep it here in this arena. We don't want it to go anywhere. Let's make the investment. Let's jump in. Let's run this thing. And so a week to the first game, I called the commissioner, and he goes, "How's everything going?" And I said, "Todd, a game will start and a game will end. And that's all I'm worried about right now. Other than that, as long as the lights turn on, a game's going to start, a game's going to end. We don't know anything else that we're doing in there, but we're going to get that to happen."
Right,
so we had a lot of hiccups on our office side at the beginning of the year, a lot of things that obviously we don't have time to prepare for.
Of course.
And so we're kind of, playing catch up and trying to get things done. And, things were a little slow, but now we have it. And the notes that we have and the organizational skills that my wife has, everything's all set already for next season.
Yes. Okay.
So we're locked and loaded and ready to go for next season.
Excellent.
So this whole season we had to play games and play catch up.
Right.
Yes. And so we haven't caught up yet, but at least we played games. That was the important part.
And what a lot of people don't realize is that you spend a lot of the season, especially the back half of the season, preparing for the next season, and you've got to do all that while you're still trying to get everything closed out strong and everything else.
Yeah, in our company that we run, we consult some businesses. We tell everybody with what we do with martial arts is the work that we do 12 to 4 allows us to teach 4 to 8. Well, in this sport, it's like the work that you do, August to March allows you to play football March to August.
Yes.
Right. And so we missed that part of it.
Right.
And luckily that a lot of things were in place. A
Sure.
great employee like Tucker. Tucker
Yes,
really held the fort
Shout out
down
to
during
Tucker
the
Welch.
off season. He did a phenomenal job. And being able to come in and have him in the office, he's just a really smart young man and really invested into this. And, was able to fill in some gaps that we had and be able to answer a lot of questions for us. And then the people at the Finley Toda Center, the employees there that manage that center, just great to sit down and in meetings and work out, the different marketing schemes that they do and to help us along the way with that. I mean, so we had a lot of help from the community, a lot of help that was in there. But again, and then our sponsors. I mean,
yes,
it takes an individual or a group of people. We have a couple other investors that are owners to get a team here and get it going. But to keep a team going year after year,
that's the hard
it's
part.
The fans and it's the sponsors. They're
Yes.
the ones that keep it going here. We can do all the work, but without our fans and our sponsors, we don't stay alive. And so we're grateful for them all the time that they're here.
But Fred, winning a national championship really helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, winning a national championship last year, without a doubt, you get to, follow off that. That was a great time, I guess, for me to get involved.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
We remember distinctly seeing you last season. We remember in the broadcast booth, and you leaned over to hand us a business card. Hi, I'm Fred.
Yeah,
Hey,
yes.
Fred, nice to meet you. Do you remember that? I remember,
I remember that.
That was the first time we ever met you.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was fantastic.
He said, "Hey, Mr. DePalma, nice to meet you, sir. By the way, we got a championship game going on here."
Exactly. Yeah. So, even last year I traveled with the team to all the games.
Yes.
And same with this year. I go on the road with the team. I just really enjoy this. I like to be hands-on. And that's the way we work. We want to be hands-on with what we're doing. And we have great coaches.
Yes.
And having Les as our head coach, I mean, he attracts the other coaches and he attracts the players. And the way he treats everybody and how he's looking out for them is, something to look up to. He does a phenomenal job. So Les comes up to the office about every day and we sit down and we talk and about football and other things. But
Sure.
we just have a good working relationship. So I'm really excited that I have him here.
It is impressive to see how Coach Moss, how professional he is at his job and the
Yes.
way he attacks it, right, Fred?
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, we get to go to arena, and there's a lot of great coaches out there, but there's some
Yes.
things that he does where how he keeps everybody together as one team and one unit that I think is above some of the other ones, without a doubt. And I think that makes the difference. He's building that family with the team.
Yes.
Everybody's training together, eating together. He's keeping them all together, and I think that's important in the team.
Well, that bond,
Yes.
you can't replicate it. And it's got to be there no matter the sport. If it's football, if it's cheerleading, if it's basketball, it's all about the relationship, because a lot of people are really good with the X's and O's, but can you take the X's and O's and then combine everything else, make it into a family type atmosphere
Right.
where people want to be?
Yeah,
And that's the key.
That's what they do.
Yes.
That's what these guys do. These coaches, all 4 of them, they're just doing a phenomenal job. Hey, you talk about family atmosphere, just the family atmosphere, just the fans coming out to the FTC, the place is packed. We got a brand new sound system, which is great.
Yeah.
Sounded great on Saturday night.
Nice.
So just talk more about for those who may be looking into 2024 season tickets, maybe interested in the Wranglers, give them kind of a I guess a synopsis of our organization.
Well, obviously, right now you can go online and actually start reserving your season tickets. Which
Here you
you've
go,
already started
Fred.
to do. Is it
Shout
there?
out to you, my friend.
Great. Thank you. I can't see it. I don't have my glasses on. But
Best owner in the league. We'll read it off to you. How about
good.
that?
You can say it out loud. That's a good one to read off loud. Thank you.
Absolutely.
But so we're trying to make things easier for our fans and our season ticket holders. So instead of having to do all these phone calls and then collecting and so on, we have our system, a software that we use with other business that people can do just automatic payments. So they can set up their season tickets, and then after we pick their seats, they'll get a link, and they can pick if they want to do it in 1 payment, 2 payment, 4 payments, or 8 payments.
Okay.
So we're breaking it down to ridiculous so everybody can afford it and not all of a sudden get hit with one big bill
Whatever
at the end of the
fits
year.
you.
Right, and it's automatic. So you just
Right.
punch it in, and it automatically happens, and
it just comes out of your
that's that.
account.
Exactly. We're just trying to make it easy for our staff and easy for everybody else. But with the Finley Toyota Center, they just put in that sound system, and I did a little post on this because I've been watching them put this up all year. And they told me about it. And you think like when you put up some speakers at home, you buy them, you plug them in, and they work. There's a lot more involved with this. I mean, hanging the speakers was the easy part, it looked like. I mean, they were up there. They got that done in a week. But all year, they've been wires everywhere. You guys know more about it than I do. I mean, that's a little tiny switchboard.
Yes,
They
yes.
have this huge thing that they're all programming, It's like, wow.
We were talking with Jimmy the other night. He came up to the booth and told us, he goes, "Hey, how you like the new system?" We said,
we love it.
He was starting to tell us all the XYZs of it and everything. And whoa. But yes, there's a whole lot to it.
And there's more that the center's doing. They're bringing fiber optics in, so we'll have better internet connection, not just for our
This is
fans, but
great.
also for us, because
This is great
as you see,
news.
the coaches are using things
Yes.
there, and sometimes it's going down. I mean, it's an older building,
Yes.
but the city is really stepping it up. And,
That's great.
It's a city-owned building, and they have the plans to do it. Of course, everybody wants it to happen now.
Yes.
And I do too. But I understand that they have to build it along, so it's one
Right.
step at a time. Inch by inch is a cinch, yard by yard is very hard. They're just taking it one step at a time.
Yes.
And we'll get there. So I mean, that's exciting things. We'll have our owners meeting here in August, and we'll start discussing what our schedules will be for next year and so on. And it's a 15-game schedule.
Next
And-
season. Okay.
yeah, and this season was as well. 15
Yes.
games, and we had 8 home games, and I am most definitely going to push that we're one of the teams that have 8 home games again, because there's other teams that do 7.
Okay.
And I want 8 home games because I love doing it here. So that's a big push with me, is saying, hey, I volunteer for the 8.
What would you tell the fans out there watching right now that have not, for whatever reason, not been able to make it out to the arena for a game, maybe the schedule conflict or something, and they're saying, I might not make it this, but I'm going to try to get that on the radar for next year.
Oh, you have to do it. I mean, if you're a fan, that means you see it and
Right.
you know what it's all about. It's high speed football. But the thing is, if you haven't been there, put it on the schedule, take the day off, call in sick, whatever it takes, because live and in action.
Yes.
With the announcements and what's happening and the players being right there. And we invite all the fans down after the game to meet the players. The players, they go in the locker room. They're all, especially after this game, everybody was overly excited and ready to go home. And I'm, whoa, we got to go back out and see the fans. And they're, oh, yeah, that's right. And they turn around, they run back out to meet all the fans. I mean, that's what makes it fun. It's like a lot of other sports, you don't get to get with the fans.
No.
I mean, get with the players if you're a fan, and the player, you don't see them. And that's that. They go to locker room, and then they're out the back door. Here, come on down, meet the dance team at the Mustangs, meet the fans, ownership. We're all there. We're all there walking around. We're happy
Get
to
autographs,
do this.
get pictures, get all of that. It's part of the whole experience.
It is. It really is. And I think that is a huge part of the experience, is that you especially when you're kids, these are professional athletes, professional players. I mean,
Yes.
I played football in high school. I want to be these guys.
Yeah,
You know
these
what I
are the
mean?
best
That
of the
was it.
best.
Yes,
Exactly.
they are.
That's exactly right.
So I'm excited to
Yes.
be down there too,
I'm already excited for
Yeah,
next
yeah.
season. How about you, Adam?
Me too.
Jeez.
I can't wait.
So glad you joined us here, Fred,
Oh, well,
to give us
thank you.
just a little bit of an ownership perspective from your angle here with the Wranglers. And we personally appreciate everything you've done for us this season. And
thank you.
we're excited to be part of the organization and and we can tell that this community has really embraced this football team. And I think this team is going to be here for a long time.
Yes, that's our goal.
It really feels that way.
We want the team here. I mean, then there's so many people, like you guys are upstairs working during the game, but they get to see you.
Yes.
There's so many other people back there that they don't see.
Oh, so many.
All the
Behind
different
the
crews
scenes.
that are making
Yes.
the lights,
Yes.
and I get to see all those guys all the time. And it's just so much because everyone there is a fan of the team. and then they get to work there as
Yes.
well. And so they get excited. I mean, there's scores, and I'm happy that people are still doing their job, not jumping up and down, that they're changing the scoreboard and stuff. But they're all part of it. They all go down to the field. They all go out afterwards. I mean, it's like a great little community working upstairs to make all this happen, and everybody's local up there.
Well, that's credit to you
wonderful.
because, as I told you earlier, it's all about building something where everyone wants to be, and that's what's been done here in Northern Arizona.
Thanks.
With the Wranglers.
Thank you.
Thank you
It's
so
easy,
much.
Easy work for us.
It is. It is
Right.
good. Great stuff.
Thank you, Fred.
Thank you so
All
much.
right.
We
Thank you.
appreciate you
Thank
joining
you.
us here.
All right. Thanks,
Owner
guys.
Fred DePalma on here as we close out another great edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. You can see all of us gentlemen down at the Footprint Center this Saturday night.
All
as
three
we
of us.
battle those Arizona Rattlers. It's going to be a fun game. Make sure you tune in here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers YouTube channel. That's where you'll find this weekend's pregame, halftime, and postgame show. For my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole, owner Fred DePalma, I'm James Sweet saying so long. Have a great night, and we will talk to you again very soon. Go Wranglers.
Go Wranglers. Put that ring up.
Put that ring up. I'll click over with the left
Yeah,
hand.
you
Here
click
we
with
go.
the left hand.
There we go. All right.